long till the wood agrees. Don't look at the wolf, look at the pack. The deepest knife is the one in your back. Oh.
Lewis, ngolinga agenda ku kisaawe. Tulinawo session. Connected batulabe. Ingero rabu padawa wanu bagamba ngo lingeri na esoifa. Oh, yeah, guys.
We are the dynasty, we are the blessed, the rich and the loud, rich in the rain, standing tall in the sun, standing tall in the pain. We are not. Look at the story never fully told. For every diamond they cut from the stone, we grew a king on a spiritual throne. You cannot look for the soul, you cannot steal the light. We're at the morning, we shine in the night.
voice pilled, and I can see why. Whisper Flow delivers what we calls the future of AI interaction. Here's how it works. Instead of typing, just talk. Whisper Flow cleans it up instantly. Reed explains that voice is iterative by default. You stumble, you rephrase, you interrupt yourself. Whisper Flow handles all of that and turns it into perfect prompts wherever you're working. Reed predicts we'll all be prompting AI more, and voice lets you add way more nuance and detail. Better prompts, better results. That's why he calls Flow's voice dictation a major step forward in human-computer interaction. If AI visionaries are raving about it, you should probably give it a try too. It's free. Get voice pilled with Whisper Flow today.
We about to level up. Level up. We about to level up. Blame the wolf for the blood on the floor, but who left the latch off the family door? Thomas sat with a friend in the room. He didn't know he was dining with his doom. The coin was silver, the kiss was cold. For a seat at the table, the vision was sold. The worst kind of war a soldier can fight is when his own army attacks in the night. The stranger stood outside the gate with a gun, but the door was opened by the trusted one. You say the white man came and took it all, but the black man whispered which giant should fall. Not every skin is kin. They smile in your face, but they let the devil in. They ride with you now, but they cut you in the end. The iron cannot cut the tree. No, no, until the wood agree. No, 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 no. Don't look at the wolf, look at the path. The deepest knife is the one in your back. Patrice was screaming in the back of the car, while the people he fought for watched from afar. Sankara is gone, Lumumba is dust, killed by the weapon of family trust. We cheer for the tyrant who tosses us bread and spoon, the prophet who wakes up the dead. You hate the reflection you see in the glass, so you let the armies of the enemy pass. Self-hate is the gatekeeper standing so tall, begging the outsider to conquer us all. Not every skin Their skin is kin.
They smile in your face, but they let the devil in.
They ride with you now, but they cut you in the end. The iron cannot cut the tree. Until the wood agrees. No. Don't look at the wolf, look at the pack.
Yes, good evening everyone. Hopefully we are doing fine as we are waiting for our representative today. I want to congratulate those who are streaming live on Facebook, those who are streaming live on YouTube, and those who are with us on the Google Meet link. It's really gives us a momentum. So as the leader is coming, want to call on the today's moderator, who will be Madam Elizabeth, to help us on this agenda. Thank you. Please, you are free to go on the call. Yes? Okay. There was power outside the car. Thank you very much, our today's guest. We are really happy to have you here. So I want to take this opportunity to give to Madam Virunji Brenda, who will call us our today's guest. Thank you very much. Madam Virunji, the platform is yours.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, please, Madam Elizabeth.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Virunji Elizabeth Desire, and I am your host. I am here to be host for this webinar. I'm grateful to have everyone here. Most probably, many of us going to join as they're still joining. I'll give a brief introduction about what this seminar is about this seminar's purpose. Today we are very privileged to have Dr. Bonny Patel, an associate professor from the Department of Chemistry at RK University Rajkot. There is very much would love to say about him, but we can overall just say that he is a passionate researcher and an educator with a PhD in chemistry. And I think most of the information about him, he will tell us. My duty today is very short. It's to welcome him onto the floor, for him to talk to us. And most probably, I believe everyone here is going to have a lesson or two that they are going to learn from him. Most probably, my network ain't stable and I'll be jumping on and off, but I believe Mr. CEO will be able to handle in minutes that I'll be off. So a few of the things we are going to have to listen in on are the career paths and future scopes in chemistry, medical chemistry and drug design, latest trends in the organic synthesis, pharmaceutical applications, and also a few of the research tips he will give to us and student guidance, plus maybe much more that he has to offer. Well, our program is very simple. I did the opening act. Then we shall have a brief introduction from Mr. Bonny Patel about himself. After that, he will have to offer to us what he has to say, what he has to educate us today, and I think we shall follow up with a few questions and answers because we have 3 hours approximately with Mr. Patel. Follow up with a few questions and with a few questions, then we shall have a closing. Next on program we have a biography brief that I'm going to run. It is going to be run by our CEO. After the biography brief, I'll kindly ask our Mr. CEO to invite on Mr. Patel so as we can proceed with the ceremony. I'll be chipping in once in a while to offer a few questions that will be coming up.
Thank you very much, Madam Elizabeth, for the introduction. And firstly, I want to thank people who are streaming live on YouTube, streaming live on Facebook, those who are with us on the Google Meet. It's really good to have you there. And I want to thank the team that is driving the position of PASH, trying to position PASH in a good way. In another aspect, I want to thank Dr. Bonny Patel. He's my lecturer here, and he's a passionate researcher, educator with PhD in chemistry, with over 8 to 10 years of dedicated teaching, research experience, and he brings deep knowledge and real-world insights to every session. His expertise includes synthetic organic chemistry, medicinal chemistry, heterocycle chemistry, with potential antimicrobial, antifungal, antibacterial, antitubercular, and anti-cancer activities, structure elucidation, and formulation of active pharmaceutical ingredients. His outstanding contributions include he has authored 41 research publications in reputed national and international journals, with his work cited more than 530 times in Google Scholar, actively organizes and contributes to workshops bringing organic chemistry and pharmaceutical applications He's a passionate mentor who guides students in GEE, NEET, and BSc Chemistry, Master's Chemistry programs with engaging and effective teaching methods. Dr. Patel makes a complex scientific concepts accessible and exciting for everyone in the Gujarati community and at the university. So I want to take this opportunity to invite him and take his platform. Thank you, sir. You're welcome.
Thank you, PASH, for the brief introduction. Can you hear me? I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you all for the being present over here, and I'm glad to be here with the good scientific community to present my research work and exposing some of the chemistry topics of my research. It is my privilege that you are inviting me as an expert persons to deliver the lectures on a chemistry. So thank you again to give a good brief intro about my research and my journey. So not wasting much more time, first I'm asked that which are the backgrounds of the presentee over here in terms of the science, which background that you are all present. Yes.
Yes, most are coming from pharmacy, chemistry, education in chemistry, agriculture. So basically, both are doing chemistries. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason behind is I asking that if anyone students who are not much more aware about the detailed chemistry, then I'll explain in such a way that they can understand the topic, right? So not wasting much more time, I start my presentations and share my screens. And my screen is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible.
So it is a full screen mode or on the just the simple screen?
Yeah, on the bigger screen it is there. We are seeing it.
Okay, so it is fine for all of you to see the everything's on a screen.
Yes.
Okay. Somehow I'm not getting all of you the face in the presentation, but fine. I'll present my PPT first, and we'll go to the question answer session after the PPT. So the current topic of the today's session is the as the Payush said to me that if you are taking the mentorships and the chemistry and some of the research impact of my research towards to the our community, that is the Pan community. It's a good initiatives taken by the your CEO is my student, and he's a brilliant in its the curriculum and the exam. So I'm giving her the brief about the all these three important terms in by section to section. So first, I'll give my short introduction as the Payush and the host already told about me and myself. So I'm not much more wasting my time. So I am working as an assistant professor in a department of chemistry at University, which is held at Rajkot, Gujarat. And skin is visible, students.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. So if you talk about my academic background and the journey of my professions, that I am the currently working as an associate in the chemistry department. But before come to from the associate, I'm working as an assistant at the Siusha University before joining the RK University from my completion of the PhD in 2016. So my prime focused, which is on the research of the the heterocyclic chemistry with the applications of the heterocycles in Maribage. So uh, this is my prime focused and prime interest to generate the antimicrobial research in my PhD topic. After the completion of PhD, I also explored the various other topics of the applications part of the heterocycles in terms of medicinal chemistry. So overall, the medicinal chemistry is my core interest with the synthesis of the various organic reactions in terms of the the one pot methods, green chemistry, dyes chemistry. These are the some of the topics that are focusing on which are current trend in the all over the world. So in terms of academic foundations, all from BSc and master's course in chemistry, I will pass with the distinctions. Moreover, during the time of the have a guideships of the PhD students and some of the postgraduate students, as in terms of the dissertation students in our academic curriculum, right? So this is some of the brief about my academic background. Now I'll associate it with the teaching as well as the research. So my key interest is a research. Hello.
Yes, you can continue.
Okay. So my key interest is research as well as the academic. So I focus on my research as much as I focus on the academics. So this is my research profile of Google Scholar, as shown here, and some of the major research domains that are working on, that is the heterocyclic chemistry, medicinal and microbial chemistry, anti-cancer, antioxidant, anti-diabetic, anti-tubercular. These are some of the important biological perspectives or activities that I'm focusing on my research. Green concept and one pot synthesis is my favorite topic for the synthesis. And nowadays, the computational chemistries are or computational studies are the one of the part of the research in the chemistry as well as microbiology. So I'll also focusing on this. And apart from these the heterocycles are also working on the various type of the industries, not only the focusing on the pharmaceutical, are also focusing on the textile industries in terms of the bioactive dyes. So generation of the bioactive dyes with the various type of the functional materials applications on the dyes on the various type of the this type of the clothes and the materials, and the catalytic methodologies and nano-hybrid materials are utilized as a catalyst in the my reactions. So these are some of my research domains which are focusing on in my the research. So this is a short brief overview of my academic as well as the research perspectives. Now these lectures basically are focusing on the three sections or three overviews. That the first is a mentorships. What is the role of a mentorship? What is the philosophy behind the mentorships, and how the mentorship impact the students? And it is important for the students to building a career in the terms of the good mentor. So mentorship is the one of the key factor for the any of the students to become a good in terms of research as well as the good academicians. The second one is the why we focusing on a chemistry, and what is the scope and the importance of this chemistry in the various ways. What are the key terms, or what are the importance of the chemistry in various ways in the society as well as in terms of technology. So these are the second part, and the third part we are focusing on the research and its impact in terms of the projects awards, and why we do the research. It's the application is in the real world. In future, our research may become one of the application real world applications. So we are trying to develop a new methodologies or new compounds in terms of the research, which may be in the future to be become a good drug candidate. So medicinal chemistry is a key core of my research. So we are hoping for this in future. One or two molecules may be in a marketed in terms of medicines, right? So these are the three phases we are dealing in this lecture. So turn by turn, I'll move towards to the, the sections. The first section is that the mentorships. What is the role of the mentorships? What the philosophy behind the mentorships, and what the impact actually happen in the student's life or any of the researchers in terms of mentorships, right? So philosophy, as we discuss the philosophy behind the mentorship, that the it supports the students through the guiding the various type of the research experience. And most important thing is they if a good mentors and good mentorships are there, then you can having a good practical hands. So this is the most important thing for the science streams, or we can say that behind the chemistry, that the practical is the key focus. So if we have a good hands on practicals, or we can say that the synthesis part, then the sky is the limit in the world. That we there are numerous R&D centers which are dealing with the various type of the synthesis method to developing the new molecules of the molecule medicinal chemistry. So they're providing the mentors that providing the hands-on supervisions. This is the most important thing, and personalized career counseling. So this is a mentor role to give a good and correct career counseling advice for the students as well as the researcher, which help the students to develop essential research skills in and achieve their academic as well as research outcomes, right? uh, the second one and most important thing is the critical thinking and the innovation pedagogy, right? So when we talk about the innovations, when we talk about the research, for that research we have to think differently, right? So the mindset that we require for the doing the research is the critical thinking and the some of the innovation mindset. So this type of the environment is to be only possible by the mentorships, and which having us the develop to the problem solving capability the in terms of the particularly chemistry research. So if we talk about the chemistry research, various type of the problems are there in the market. We are assuming the various type of the problem. For example, I'll take an example that the one of the most important problem nowadays in terms of the microbial research is the AMR, antimicrobial resistance, right? So antimicrobial resistance, that means the microbe and the microbial drugs that are available in the market are not much more effective nowadays to combat the antimicrobial diseases, microbial diseases, right? So the nowadays the focusing on the development of a new drug or modification of the existing drugs in the market to overcome this the challenges of the AMR. So for that we have to know the basics of the chemistry as well as some problem solving capability to do the critical thinking, right? So the second parameter, or we can say that the second philosophy is the most more important, which having a good critical thinking. And this is not happening. The only chemistry is the one who rule the science or science research. There are interdisciplinary collaborations is to be required for the generation of the uh, good outcomes of the research. So interdisciplinary, that means we have to focus on the microbiologists also. We have to focusing on the physics. We have to focusing on the other research background that we require to generate so good outcome of the research, right? So the interdisciplinary collaborations is a much more important thing. I am not doing everything in my research paper, so this is the things that require to collaborations. So collaboration, without collaboration, a good research not to be the generated, because we know that the single person does not know everything, right? So as I talk about the research guidance, so the mentorship is the key important parameter. And what is the benefit of the research mentorship? Uh, in terms of my guidance, as under my guidance, the postdoctoral students which we completed their PhD. These are the names listed over here. The Harsh, the BT, Namish, and Divyas. These are my students who already completed their doctoral PhD under my guidance. And currently, the 6 students are already enrolled at Arc University under my guidance for their PhD. They are doing their research in terms of my guidance. Moreover, this is about the PhD. I am not only focusing on the PhD, and also focusing on the master students for their dissertation research. So I had the very 8+ year of experience in the teaching field. So in the year of this 8+, uh, I mostly guided in terms of dissertation research in the 30+ postgraduates, master students in chemistry for their dissertations, and also published the research work of the master students in various reputed journals of the research in chemistry. Moreover, under my guidance, the 4 MPhil students are also completed that research and get the MPhil degree in organic and medicinal chemistry. Apart from this, I also mentoring some of the important interdisciplinary and the startup type of the approach, which are having the science as well as some of the important project backgrounds. In here, in our India and Gujarat particularly, where we are belong from, that the SSIP are there. So the government of Gujarat that gives the funds to the students to do good generate startups as well as a product projects. So that's known as the Student Startup Innovations Policy. That's known as the SSIP. So also mentoring the SSIP to the students and good publications present. So are not knowing about the current situation of a market. So this is the role of the mentors to guide them properly to get a good outcome research, and it is important for the it is important for them also to generate a good skill or good important skill. Now, if I talk about the professional development and mentoring role of my at my current journey, that I am a coordinator at my school for a training and placement as well as SSIP. I hand over my SSIP in my school as from 2022, but training and placement itself that use the placement of a student that are completed that masters or a PhD. We are going to place the students in the various research industries or the pharmaceutical industries for their job as an research coordinator or as an the research person. So this is my role to do a good coordinating work, which brings academia and the industries. I have a lots more contact in the industries also to do the placement of the completed master completed students, those who are wish to pursue a career in industries after that masters. Moreover, also act as a board of members in many of uh, the boarding committee who decide the curriculum of the academy, and also organizing members of the various type of the conferences like EcoStarts, ICMSC series of the Arc University, Young Science Conclave series of Arc University. We are for organizing this type of the events each year to boost the research as well as the confidence of the students. Also, this type of the expert lectures also deliver regularly in the various type of the conferences and various type of the seminars. So that can enhance the explorations of the research as well as the availability, and can say that uh, the real world exposures. This is the correct word, that the real world exposures to the chemical industries as well as the facility that we do in a research. So this is the professional development. Now, what are the outputs of the mentorships, right? So if I'll encourage the students to do this research, right? So one of the most important thing is student get the acknowledgement from the in a good terms. So this is one of the examples that in a 2022, uh, each year I host students in my dissertations of BSc as well as the masters in chemistry subject, uh, who are I'm giving a chance to the students to participate in the various type of conferences for presenting their dissertation research, right? And this is one of the examples that in 2022 one of my two students group who get up who presented their poster presentations in the one of the event of science symposiums held at the Rajkot. They present their dissertations work in this the conferences, and uh, they got the first prize in the presentation. So these are reward basically. So they do the good hard work, and moreover, apart from this, we've also published this work in a good research journals. So you can imagine the BSc students of the last semester, third year students, they can publish a research papers in a good research journals in the world. So this is the advantage and the good mentorship results, right? So these are some of the success stories that the when we are having a good mentors, we can achieve everything in our life. So I basically act as a catalyst, right, in the career of the various type of students of bachelor's, masters, and PhD. Some of my alumni students who are posted leading in the research institutes and pharmaceutical companies. We also visit the various pharmaceutical companies regularly in each year as all of the international students, those who are associated with us, we are regularly visit the industries to get the knowledge how they run, what are the factors that are affecting the research, what is the rules and regulations of the industries, that all this to be established in the each year. So one of the few students who are getting the prestigious postdoctoral fellowships of my PhD students who are completed their PhD. Apart from this, under my mentories, that the 50 plus peer review papers well published in the high impact factor journals of the various publication house like the RSC, elsewhere Springer Valley, Bentham Sciences, Taylor Francis, etc. So while focusing on the good research publication house for my research, and particularly we get a good results in terms of the citation as well as the world recognition, right? So this is the notable achievements that I'll get in terms of mentorships, in terms of PhD students or bachelor or master students. So this is how the importance of the mentorships in our life is there if we get a good mentors. Okay, I talk about my mentor in terms of the journey of the my PhD. That my mentor is also having a good academic background as well as a research background. I learn everything from them, uh, uh, and I also explore my learnings to my students or my research students to get everything that I learn and that I also don't learn. I'll continuously learn every day and to get a good impactful research. I also get a good academic background, uh, learn everything every day for the academic also. So each day learning is important. Each day we get something new in terms of learning, right? So this is a mentorship with the first sections. I'll squeeze my PPT very short so you don't get much more bored. So uh, this is second sections, basically the scope and the importance of the chemistry. So why we are having the importance of a chemistry in the science. Science have a various subjects, right? We know that the microbiology, physics, chemistry, there are numerous other subjects are there. But the chemistry and its various type of the sub branches having a central science. Why we call as the central science, right? So if you talk about the chemistry, semi-central science, chemistry stands as the fundamental science connecting of materials and as well as the life science. So materials that are associated with the physics, right? And the life basically associated with the life science. So these are the connecting bridge between the physics as well as the important life science uh, in terms of biology and the engineering. All these are the connected with this. So the chemistries are one of the bridge between this all these subjects, right? This central discipline that provides a language and the tool understand matter at its most fundamental level. So if we understand the chemistry in a depth, we can get everything detail in terms of the basics and enjoy the our routine life. This is important. If you understand the basics of chemistry behind our routines, the things that we use in the routine life, then we enjoy the everything in terms of the chemistry. We see the everything in terms of chemistry. So firstly, I talk about I am always involved in the medicinal research. So when I take any of the medicines, when I leave, then I'll first check the content that are present in these the tablets, for example. If I take in terms of medicine, then we'll check the content that are present and what is the side effect. I'll first check the side effect. What are the side effect? It is to be taken or not, That is for first I'll take the decide, and then I'll take the medicines. So this is the things. If you know the chemistry, because it has an importance, right? So we know the getting the enjoyable our life. So through the chemistry, we record the molecular mechanism of a life and design a new materials. We can say the design a new materials. That means we design, for example, we design a new R&D product in terms of a drug. So this is the drug or the new material designed by us in terms of research is act as a future drugs to combat any of the diseases, right? So from the pharmaceutical innovations to the sustainable energy, that means a green concept, right? The chemistry unable to break through the health, environment, and the technology which shape on our modern world. So in the current modern world, the chemistry contributes much more in a sense. Understand? So these are the current key areas uh, where the impact of the chemistry is to be there. So the most important thing, as we discussed earlier, that the medicinal chemistry and development of a drug is the first key area. It's the most highlighted, all-time favorite research in chemistry, because we know that the diseases are there always in a market, or diseases are there in the world. So as we talk about the AMR in the uh, previously, that the this type of the resistance are to be there in each and every drug or available medicines in the market. So the continuous ongoing research are there to combat all this type of the issues that are happening the medicinal chemistry and drug development. So it is a continuous process, and the pharmaceutical runs in this concept only. So what is the role of this medicinal chemistry to and drug development? To design a novel and therapeutic agent. Therapeutic, that means that the agent that has some values of the medicinal form. That's what is therapeutic, right? So not every structure of a chemistry act as a drug, right? Some of the parameters, some of the site, some of the core, which are important, for the act as a drug. So out of this all, the chemistry has a numerous structures, but the heterocyclic compounds, right? Heterocycles are the class of the popular of the chemistry. The heterocyclic compounds are much more important, act as a drug. So most of the available medicine in the market, in a medicinal store, out of the 100, the 80 or about 85% of the medicine that are made up of the heterocyclic compounds. So you can see that the importance of these heterocyclic compounds in terms of medicines is much more, right? So the first impacted area of a research or impacted area of a chemistry is a medicinal chemistry and drug development, and these are again my key interest on the research. The second one is the development of the green sustainable chemistry. So green and the sustainable environments are currently required, and this is the current topics in the world to be most discussed, right? So I'm also focusing on this green concept in my synthesis method to develop a green synthesis method, one pot method, step reducing method, all these green chemistry parameters, 12 principle of green chemistry that I'll follow to generate the good impact green chemistry compounds, which also act as a good medicinal properties. So combining all these two, I'll focusing on this type, and the current advancement in terms of the nanotechnology or nano hybrid type of catalyst, which is used to store various type of energies, and generate this type of the materials are there in a chemistry research. So, in the terms of material sciences, the nanotechnology advancement and the nanocatalyst is the important key factors or important key areas in chemistry. Right now, what we are discussing, why the chemistry, why it has an importance in our daily life. Right. So this is the slide that we already discussed all these things. Right. The from the pharmaceuticals, from the treatment to illness and extended our life happily. The chemistry is that, or the chemical compounds is that, right? So in everyday life, we are using some of the chemicals in each and any ways, right? If we talk about the cosmetics, if we talk about the drugs, if we talk about the toothpaste from the morning that we use, also having the combinations of various chemicals. So the chemistry is from the beginning to the end in our daily life, right? So the food safety or the food product that we directly consumes in terms of uh, the various type of the food products,
All right.
that is first chemically analyzed by the various methods. So we don't talk about the contaminations, or we don't think about the contaminations. So various methods which are used in the chemistry to analyze the various different chemical contaminations. So I also focusing all these issues in my SSIP projects of the students. We also develop one instrument, or one we can say that uh, one device that that get the informations about the milk adulterations, the adulterations, that are adulterants that are present in the milk. Basically, adulterants are the different types of the chemicals, right? That are present in our milk. We know that the milk is not a pure that are mixed with the various types of the combination of urea and other chemicals. So, but the limit of that, the milk in adulterants form is a fix. So, by using this device, we can check the amount of adulterant that are present in that milk sample. In 1 ml of sample, we can check the 8 adulterants simultaneously. So, these are the device also developed in SSIP project. From the cosmetics that we discussed, so this is the everyday life that we discussed in terms of the chemistry, or spend with the chemistry, right? This is the most important thing, all of you, that these are some of the life changing innovations that are happening in the science. I'm not talking about the chemistry that having everything. So science develop the new things for the world. So we first value our subjects. We first value our the innovation and the capability that we have, right? So one of the most important first, if you know about this, the Glenmark, these are one of the companies present in the world. Uh, the too much subsidiaries are there in India also, that develop one of the drug that's known as a Fabiflu in terms of COVID-19 drugs. So in COVID-19, this is one of the most popular drugs came in a market within 1 or 2 months. So this is the remarkable achievements given by this company. So who invent these drugs, Fabiflu? The company always produce drugs. They just invents the monies to generate some medicine. But who invents this medicine? The chemist, or the organic chemist, or medicinal chemistry practicals, and some persons who develop and research this, right? 3D bioprinting is another example. Fabric, or we can say that super glue is the made up of the chemicals. Can anyone use this fabric daily in your routine daily life? So, if you think about the chemicals that are used in this, the the Fevikwik, uh, which are very having a good glue properties, right? We know that, but the chemicals that are stored in this, the Fevikwik, the plastic, is not itself glue by its the gluing properties. So these are the stranger things that that we also discover, right? Apart from these are some of the other area of the life-changing innovations that are happening in our life. That the antibiotics that is generated by the Alexander Fleming in 1928. This is accidental inventions. Polymer from the monomers, right? That means polymer is degraded into this monomer form. Antimicrobial resistance is the again important key factors developing of the various type of the new microbes for treating the diseases and medicinal chemistry. So these are some of the key innovations that I'm focusing on. This is these some of the examples, right, where the science is there and the importance of the science. One of that is the COVID-19 vaccines that are came in a market within a 2 months, right? So cancer treatment by using the various chemotherapy techniques. Okay, so the chemistry involving the landscape, what is the importance of the chemistry and trends that are currently, and what are the current challenges. So these are this again that we the similar thing that we discussed in earlier, that the antimicrobial resistance and novel drug discovery is the key factors to develop a new drug. So resistance is one of the biggest issues in the market or world to combat with, and development of a new drug. As some of you may might know that the as per the traditional method that particularly used in the pharmaceutical industry from the many years, that's known as a rational methods for developing of a drug discovery, right? So from that rational methods, the drug one drug, a particular one medicine came in a market. In the marketed terms, takes at least 18 to 20 years. So this is the things that the one medicine come to the market that takes up too much time, right? So it is important that development of the new drug in a with a short period of time to overcome this type of the resistance parameter or new diseases that are came in a market, right? The second thing is sustainable synthesis. So emphasizing on the terms of the green chemistry and the pathway of the green resources, right? And current trend of the AI and computational tools, which may very good in terms of the reduce the time of the drug discovery. Because by using the softwares and various tools of the AI, we can predict the toxicities, metabolism process of the drugs in our body. These all are is to be there. So basically, for using this tool, we require the knowledge of biotechnology. So again, this is a the collaborative type of the research that is required to do this type of the drug discovery. So only chemists not can do this, but the biotechnology person, with the help of biotechnology person, we can combat it, right? So this is the second part, that the what are the role of a chemistry and the importance of chemistry. And the third section that are particularly impact of the research and their contributions towards to the society. What are the importance of research, or particularly my research, basically a medicinal research, right? So basically research expertise focuses on the organic medicinal chemistry, heterocyclic synthesis. Now, if any one of you know about this, the various terms that are listed over here, that the one term is on the first the point, that is the structure activity relationship. So this is one of the most important thing, uh, focusing on the medicinal research or medicinal chemistry research, that the in terms of shortly it is known as a SAR. So the meaning of this SAR is, uh, we can focusing on the particular positions or particular functional group or particular core which is responsible to get a good activity. Not a whole molecule is active in our body. So by using this concept of SAR, we can get the the knowledge about the which portion of the drug is important in our our body to act as a receptor score, can say that, right? So this is SAR and computational based SAR is also there in the market, that's known as a QSAR, right? So medicinal compounds in terms of heterocycle, various important heterocycles are there in the market that's particularly having a various type of the disease medicines present in the market. That is a quinoline, pyrazole, oxazole, thiazole, imidazole. There are numerous heterocycles are there. If you talk about the names of the heterocycles, we have a syllabus of the heterocycles in a masters in a one paper that contains 50 heterocycles in syllabus. So all these different types of the 50 heterocycles in some of the way they use in the some types of the medicine. So this is the importance of heterocycles, right? And some of the linkage, outer linkage with this heterocycle, like a double bonds present in the heterocycles. So that importance of the double bond, that's known as a skip base. So this is having again importance, and development of the various type of the microbial or the anti-cancer and combat the various type of the diseases to using the rational drug designs. Here this word is there, rational drug design. So we can use the common concept that we use from the many years, that we do, you do the research, we do the literatures survey, and from the literature we can get the knowledge which is the heterocycle, which position is to be active, which method is used. This is the research, how the research is to be going on, and we can focusing on this, right? Now, if you talk about my research publications, outcome of my research with the various PhD students as well as dissertation students. So from the various part decades, I'll publish the various publication in various journals of various publication houses. Uh, Few of them are listed over here. The tetrahedron. These are the few recent publications that are published in the 2025 and 2026. The tetrahedron is the elsewhere journal, is Chemistry Select, that is a VLE, that is Journal of Indian Chemical Society, that is two journals of the elsewhere. Result in Chemistry is again it is open access journals of the elsewhere. Inorganic chemistry communication, which is utilized in terms of the nanocatalyst type of the inorganic synthesis methods. There is again a journal of the elsewhere. So these are my research journeys or publications, current publication that are listed over here. I published to manage research papers in various publication houses to overcome this. And these are some examples of the research work. These are the titles that are 2026 titles that are published with the various type of the journals. These are the tetrahedron research journals paper titles. The carbotetrabric inspired anti-cancer compound that are developed and act as a multi-targeting anti-cancer cell lines, and with cytotoxicities profiling. Cytotoxicity, that means toxicities in our body that is to be checked by the ADMAT or computational methods. So carbotetrabric is the anti-HIV compounds, but one of the disadvantages of this compound or side effect is that generates a cancer, right? So one medicine has overcome with this another type of the modified methods. So I overcome this the overcome these side effects by focusing on this the side effect to generate the anti-cancer. You cannot develop this cancer by taking this type of the same similar type of the modified compounds. The second is the azodide derivatives of the 6-APA derivatives of the quinoline, right? The second one is again a skip base, again a versatile scaffold or versatile types of compounds in oxazole and pyrazole hybrids that are published in terms of green chemistry concept and act as antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory applications. So these are some of the few examples that are focusing on. Apart from this, also as an academician, I'm also focusing on the books publication, who get the knowledge, who get the something knowledge from these books. Also focusing on the sensor technologies, biosensors and bio applications, chemical sensors. I'll publish the HIV agent, citrocyclic chemistry, retrosynthesis, sulfur that are focusing on in terms of books and books research that are also offers. Uh, Apart from this, uh, these are the research projects overview that I guided to the students who are willing to do this type of the or associated with me for the various type of the SSIP project that we already discussed previously. So how can we identify? These are the process that we follow. The identification, that means first we identify the problems in a market. So this is the first and most important thing is to identification of a market problem or real world problem, right? So we can focusing on the problem to identify the development. Next we focus on the development of or overcome of this type of the problem. And the third one is the testing. After developing of the product, we can also test the various type of the testing methods, activity, stability. These are some of the things. uh, the stability in terms of the biological as well as the chemical. These are numerous stability tests is to be there, so we can check the testing methods. And after getting the results from the testing agencies, we can get the complete applications of the defined projects in terms of SSIP. So currently from 2022, I'll start the SSIP projects. So the 10 SSIP projects are to be guided. These are the titles of these projects, the overview. But I'll put the photographs of these projects in terms of SSIP. These are my research groups or the projects groups of SSIP. These all are the RK students of the those who are doing that the products or in terms of SSIP projects. So this is the first project, that is a hydrogen peroxide generator. This is again an international student came from the Nepal. The name of the student is Gayatri, and she developed the one of uh, the product. There is a hydrogen peroxide generator. So by combining the chemistry and electrochemistry concept, we developed this device, which can utilize in the hospitals to combat the bacteria. So H2O2 is again one of the good antimicrobial properties. So this is the application of this device. This is the face wash cream with the SPF properties. So these are some unique ideas. This is a polyform that we developed that has antibacterial properties. So the form that we use for the sleeping in a bed, that does not have the properties this time, right? So we try to develop the antimicrobial polyforms which has antimicrobial properties. So in longer future, uh, the microbes are not developed in a form, right? These are the other projects. So the milk penetration device that we already talked about, this is the device. By using this, the 1 or 2 ml of a sample, from this we can get the penetration of a total 8 penetrations. This is a face marks development from the spirulina, and this is the biodegradable, the green chemistry concept BLA films developing from the azo dyes. So this basically this type of the film which is utilized in the packaging industries of the food, which is all auto biodegradable, right? This has a properties of auto biodegradable. So the plastic that we are currently utilize in terms of the packaging is not a biodegradable property. So we are trying to develop a biodegradable plastic type of the properties, and it has a properties to develop, right? So we develop this This is the again. These are the few projects past 2025 projects of the students. We also developed the bandage, antimicrobial bacterial bandage. So these are the new bandage. This is not a common bandage that are available in the market. So this is the wound healing bandage directly overcome to take not to take the medicines directly in our body. So these are some of the new different concepts developed by the students in terms of startups, right? Apart from the startups, we also focusing on the student development as we talk about this. Then we are arranging various type of the conferences, workshops, seminars for the students and its growth. So if you see that this is the Pius, that is your CEO, who can participate in this the conference. Then much more international students are there in the participations. So this is currently the 1 month before this in April 2nd and 3rd we are organized this the the workshop in molecular designing, right? So development in aim of this the workshops is we synthesize the molecule of the API that are present in the market, and also formulate the tablets that API that are currently in the market. We also try to develop the tablets by using the tablet machines. These are seen in the photographs. Right? Some of the recognition that we also discuss, we already discussed in the previous slide, that they also get SRF fellowship, RA in the CSR projects, and they based oral presentations in the many conferences, and also get a university research fellowship. So our university also focusing much more in a research, so I'll get a the university research fellowships. This is only given by the university research arc university that give us the fellowships, or we can say that the fundings for the research directly to get a good outcome type of the research. So this is something that I'll get in terms of recognitions. The conference contributions. So in a various type of the conference of chemistry, I participated and presented my research work to more than 15 national and international conferences with the topic of various research of docking, computational chemistry, bioactive compounds, green chemistry, etc. Apart from this, more than 20 plus FDPs that I attended on, also do the deep professional development in terms of medicinal chemistry, material sciences, the topic that are attended as a professional development of my career. So the FDPs basically having a minimum 5 days to 6 months program, right? Uh, Teaching and curriculum contributions. So as Payush already so told about me that I had a experience of 8 plus years in PG teachings and various type of the subjects in the postgraduate. Particularly, I'll focusing on the subjects of organic chemistry, medicinal chemistry, green chemistry, spectroscopic techniques, heterocyclic chemistry. These are some of the topics, and its practicals also there in the postgraduate program. In undergraduate programs, various analytical chemistry, basics of chemistry. These are some fundamental topics of chemistry, and its practicals are there for the students. For the research directions, so we develop the various type of drug, various type of the bioactivity. So we are focusing on this particularly to overcome these various applications of the our compounds, the anti-cancer applications. We check the anti-cancer applications, antimicrobial, antioxidant, various applications are there. All the synthesized compounds are to be taken in the nowadays we use the computational softwares to check the various properties of the compounds, and also collaborate with the industries, to collaborate with the academia, uh, to generate a gap, to generate or minimize the gap. You can say that to minimize the gap. There is a gap between the industries as well as academia. We know that. So we try to minimize this gap, and through this research and innovation. Now, last and foremost thing, what is the message to the students, those who are present, or the researchers, those who are present in the seminar, right? So, from this, we can learn that the chemistry is not limited to the textbook, right? We know that the chemistry is not only learned from the textbook; it is a practical-driven syllabus, the science, right? That requires continuous innovation, right? So, and that innovations basically focusing towards the societal importance, right? So that research that builds the analytical thinking. So if you are focusing on the research, the critical thinking is to be developed, whereas analytical thinking is there, various new creativity is to be generated. So these are the some important importance of this the research focusing. This again thing is this nowadays the students are not much more curious about the topics or learn to new topics. This is the most difficult things for us, that if the students are not much more curious about the topics or learning, then we do not get uh, the good outcomes. You can say that the good outcomes from the research, right? Apart from this, we also require to submit the various projects, presentation of the various projects in various scientific communities, right? Like this, that pan communities are there. There is other communities are also members. I have a lifetime membership and the member of the ICB, Indian Chemical and Biological Society. So I also present my work regularly each and every years in this society. What is a new thing? I also learn a new research doing by the other researchers teams each and every year, so we can collaborate with this. So this is the message to the students from my side, that the eagerness and the curiousness and the critical thinking is important to focusing on. So this is again a call from my side to collaborations. So I know happily to get the collaborations with anyone of you, those who are doing a good research in terms of the chemistry or medicinal properties. That I has expertise. There is a various other topics in chemistry also, but I particularly focusing on this organic chemistry and medicinal chemistry as in my focus expertise. If we are going deep into the another topic, if and we don't have any expertise, then we can suffer in terms of the outcomes. So that's why I am recommended that those who are having expertise in that topic, that you are only focusing on for the research, because after the research you can get something towards the society as well as the research point of view. Okay, so this is it from my side. That any questions that are welcome from you. So I am able to complete on time, I guess. Yeah, anyone having any questions?
Yes, anyone with a question, please, you can raise your arm and we take the question. Thank you.
There is a no question. The participants.
Yes, there is a question from Okwi Darius. The platform, please.
Unmute yourself.
Thank you so much, Professor Bonny Patel. I really need to appreciate PASH and all the members. Let us keep it up and high like this. Professor, I really need to thank you in a very special manner. You really work and have actually the lion in us to start working together and making sure that our country, like me, I'm coming from the extreme part of Uganda, but I know remoteness of the place can't hinder my science. Now, I really want to ask you. I have seen, like you said, you have been offering a lot of mentorships to actually the new scientists like me. I'm a chemist in making, though I've not yet got the real chemistry behind my chemistry, but I really need you to help me and work and wake up the chemistry in me. Now, my question to you is like, if you like maybe get time, maybe because yesterday I was talking to the CEO of PAST. If possible, you squeeze time and also you come to Uganda so that you can have the physical training like this, such that really we are able to equip ourselves basically with the real science, the tangible one. Because when you look at the lecturers that we have in our universities, they are actually the theoretical lecturers. They are not practical lecturers. But really, we need the practical part of the science. We don't need the theoretical part of the science. We are talking about being actually scientifically independent. But when you come to the real ground of the people actually nurturing us, giving us the science behind our sciences, we find that these people, they are just the theoretical sciences. So, if possible, please, please and please, I'm begging, you get time and you come to Uganda, we have a physical round of a post together. Thank you.
Yes, definitely, definitely. I am also eager to collaborate with the students in terms of the live sessions. I'm having a patience to teach and the research. This is my key fundamentals of my life. That I'll also come if the chance is to be taken. That I'll also come to the Uganda to deliver good lectures as well as some of the practical handsets, right, for the various type of the chemistry as well as the combinatorial approaches in terms of the interdisciplinary research of microbiology also that I'll have expertise. Okay, so my sister and my sister is also there in Uganda. The place that I don't know, but if I get a chance, then I'll also visit your university, right? Definitely.
Yes, anyone else with a question, please raise their arm. So my question to you, sir.
Yes, yes, fine.
Yeah, my question to you, sir, is that basically right now we find we have hubs at home. We have hubs at home that and these hubs are not international known, or there is no prior research, but we know if someone is having a disease, let's say it is malaria, or it is typhoid, and someone takes that herb, he gets healed, or she or he gets healed. But now we want to know, can we have like a proper step up if we want to identify the chemical properties or the drug activity components that are in that herb? Is it good for us to use the basic chemistry that we are having at this time to identify those compounds, or we need to get prior experience?
Okay, so you talk about, or having your question is regarding to the malaria and type of the disease to overcome. How can do the research in deep, right?
Yeah, linking them to the active
Okay,
components within plants and herbs.
okay. As per my experience, when we talk about the drug that are used for the treating of the anti tubercular, that having a properties, that the heterocycle that is used for the treating these and the tubercular drugs is a quinolide. So that are obtained from the quinine. The quinine, that is one of the natural product obtained from the bark of the quinine. right? And from the structures, from the isolation of this the bark, the quinoline is to be obtained, and that various combinations, various structural modifications are used in terms of the tubercular drugs. So the core that are present in these medicines to treat the tubercular drugs, as a quinoline is used from the many years. The another is the pyridine, or we can say that these are the two common heterocycles is used for from the many years to overcome this. Now the question is, how can we know that this is the heterocycles, or these are the combinations which is used or used for this activity? It may happen that we discover any of the new medicines in our lab that may not active in the bacterial form, but it is also active in another disease. So if we have a time, if we have a space, then we can check the multiple activities of the new synthesized uh, drugs, right? So get the everything. So currently what is the actually happening in the tubercular drugs discovery, that the various type of the quinoline is a core which is used. So the modification of the quinoline and the related type of the structure which is used in terms of research. So research is this, the focusing on the core. That's again I'll talk in my the topics that's known as a SAR, structure activity relationships, right? So that is the important the fundamentals to get any one disease drug.
Thank you, sir. I'm seeing Mr. Kisomo Yona also has a question. Kisomo Yona, please raise your.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate. I just joined some like 10 minutes ago, so I was able to at least get some part of the package of what the associate professor intended to share with us. I appreciate, first of all, for the time that he has dedicated for us. However, I have some inquiry to you, dear associate professor. As a professor, as someone who has climbed the ladders, who has reached somewhere far in chemistry, I would like to just ask from you, which kind of advice, if to say, can you give to someone who is this in Africa, who is not doing, who is coming from a family which is not having enough, like in terms of finances, who is in institutions where teaching is more of theory, it is not practical, who is having such higher aspirations to attain much in the chemistry? Which kind of advice can you give to that kind of a person? Because you realize that more in our African setting, the teaching is more of theory than the practical. Perhaps because of the finances, perhaps because of even you realize that from way back, from the families where we come from, the families cannot support. Our government at times may not support. The communities may not support. Our mentors in the institutions, the universities, may not support that much to attain that practical knowledge. Thank you.
Okay, got your questions. So the advice from my side, as the chemistry is require theoretical as well as the practical knowledge. If you require to do the research or deep into the research, you require, as I said earlier, you require a good hands in practicals. So practical is key aspect, but if you don't have a facility in your colleges or the university to do the much more practicals, then I'll recommend it that in a world there are numerous communities like this who can help you to get a good funds, or there is a good intercollaborative practicals and research research, we can say that this type of the programs is to be there. You can participate in that programs for a 15 days or the 1 month to get a knowledge of and get a practical exposures by participating in that programs. And the important thing is this program is already funded by the various funding agencies, so you don't pay for it. So this type of the list of these various programs is to be there. You can identify that type of the things from the internet and participate in it. Without participations, you cannot enhance your the research knowledge or the curiosity towards to the practical subjects, right? So when you are involved in the practicals, then and then you can get the everything. So identifications of this type of the programs you can funded as well as getting a practical knowledge, you can uh, identify from the Google. uh, I have a list I can share with then you can utilize this, right? So you can get the benefit.
Thank you.
Already.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, anything, any questions?
Yeah, I'm seeing Mr. Emmanuel. Mr. Emmanuel has a question.
I think the ECND has the good questions.
Mr. Emmanuel, you have a question?
All right. Thank you, Prof, for that well elaborated presentation. And let the protocol be observed. My name is Isinde Emmanuel, Team Lead, the Partnership and Collaboration, the Pan African Science Hub. I want to sincerely extend the team that has managed to organize this wonderful maiden webinar, and indeed it has been a learning journey. And I would like to encourage fellow participants that the Pan African Science Hub gives such a platform to all of us. So, Mr. Yona, kindly get in touch with the Pan African Science Hub leaders. There is the Research and Innovation Department where we can fully engage you, meet up, network, socialize, and share ideas that can be more of practical at the same time coming up with joint research work together. Prof, my question to you is, you've talked about the trending challenges in chemistry as of now, and the first you've talked about the antimicrobial drug resistance. So my question to you is, how best can we integrate social behavior change communication into the antimicrobial drug resistance, since the antimicrobial drug resistance touches the social well-being of a person? Thank you.
Okay, so the question regarding the antimicrobial resistance and how, as I understand the question, that how the normal persons can get the know about the resistance, right? Am I right?
How best can we integrate it with the social behavior change communication?
Social.
Behavior.
Social behavior change communication.
Okay.
Yes.
Social behavior change communication.
Yes, sir.
You can elaborate this term in a different way. What is the meaning of that?
Social behavior change communication is, it's more of the well-being and the norms, the beliefs, the cultures of an individual or a family or a society?
Okay, so basically this microbial resistance is not directly affect this the community. As a layman person who does not know this type of the microbial resistance, how can we know that these microbes or these drugs has to be resistant, right? So this is the research point of view. When the drugs in a market, any particular things which is used from the since long, that has only have a resistance in the development in terms of various type of the microbes. Now what the scientists or what the pharmaceutical companies do, that they replace the medicines, or they replace this resistance generated new medicines in the market to remove the old used medicines, right? So in a layman terms, we don't know the actual resistance is to be there. We just utilize the new drugs that are already came in the market, right? So in social behavior, the persons does not affect this particularly or directly, but those who are associated with this research, they know which type of the bacteria, which type of the, for example, the methicillin is the one of the drugs, then streptococcus aureus is the microbes that in few from many few years that the methicillin is not much more effective to this the streptococcus microorganism, right? So the market that use the different drugs instead of the methicillin. There are numerous other medicines that are available in the market. So the direct association with the society is not to be affected. But if this available new drugs also having some serious side effects and serious the consequences, then we can also overcome this in terms of replacement of the old drugs. So that's why the antimicrobial research is to be there, resistant research is to be there, that if this type of the things is happen, then we can modify it or we can replace the old medicines.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Seeing Oquidarius with another question. Oquidarius, please.
Thank you so much once again. I am back again. I apologize for being consistent. Uh, uh, I want to ask Associate Professor, here in the village, I always find myself like advising some people. I don't know if I was advising them in a good manner or in a or as an innocent chemist. Now you find like somebody suffering from Helicobacter pylori, and the person is affected by ulcers. Now you find that the person is taking like billion philosophers. You know, there is a say in our village here. Once now you are actually affected by some disease, they first go for the herbs. But now I want to ask you as the medicinal chemist professor, when these people they are taking like let's say for example like a cook billion philosopher, actually the liquid from it, is the patient not most likely like to develop another disease? That's one. And then the second one is you say like we really need to work hard, and we need to bring the chemistry out of ourselves. But now, Professor, the problem is like we are dealing with I could say we are actually studying in a universities or even in institutions whereby we don't practice the practical bit. Now, you say like we should actually try as much as possible also to look for those founding. But now, my question is, how can I get a good founder? Thank you so much.
Okay, so I'll get the second questions properly. I'm not understand the proper first questions of your. We are go get back to your first question. First, I'll answer the second question. If you don't have any facilities for the practicals, right? So how can we connect that community that has this type of the practical aspects and practical equipments, like, right? This is the questions.
Yes, Prof. Is the question?
Okay, so that's why I'm asking that is I'm on the correct way to the answer of your questions then, right? So if you don't have, again, I'll tell you that if you don't have any facilities to do the practicals, uh, first, the chemistry is very difficult in terms of theory also. The structure of a chemistry is not much more easy to remember. So the practical is also, again, this is having a similar point of view, right? If you don't know the actual way of a practicals, how to do the practicals, then we didn't get anything from the practicals. If you have a facility of the practicals, but you don't have a good method or good, we can say that, the mentors to teach how to do the correct practicals, then it is a totally waste of time, right? So we don't get anything from that practicals also. So if you don't have any facility to do the practicals, and having only facility to the theory only, then you can uh, approach to the, as I said earlier, you can approach to the various communities of our science, or nearby regions or nearby countries that has some basics facility, because uh, practical is, again, I'll tell you that the essential one. If you do or do the practical careers in the microbiology as well as the chemistry. If you talk about the bios, that we have a too much focus on the practicals in our the daily schedules. In a week, we have a 5 days set with the 3 hours of practicals in our timetable. So we are focusing on the practicals. So you have to figure out these questions by yourself, or as I said earlier, that there are various communities, they are getting help, or you can get the help, you can association with this uh now the world is connected with the internets and very small place now, so you can connect with anyone who can contribute, or who can spend you to the practical aspects or practical things to your institute also. So you can arrange the fundings from the various institutions. In our India, there is our various funding agencies are there. In India, we also having some the states do does not have a good facility of practicals. So what the Indian governments do, they establish some of the good funding agency from the governments. They can funds distribute the funds for the research as well as the practicals to the various institutions, right? So this is the first scope, that the fundings from the governments. If the governments are not capable to do the good fundings, then various the research organizations which has a good capability with the fundings, that also can donate you the various type of the fundings to purchase or various chemicals as well as equipments to your institutions. So this is another advice from my side, that you can approach the institutions or the organization that has do this type of the activity. You can find out it by your own self. You can approach it through your university, or you can uh, approach it by your this the community also, right? As in singles or single person, they cannot respond you properly, but as a community or as an institute, they can also respond you very well. So this is our advice. Again, you can get the funding from the other outsources also.
Thank you, Dr. Patel, for that well elaborated explanation. To add more, Mr. Darius, as Pan African Science Hub has been established to revolutionize the education that we are having in the country. So we bring up these mentorship programs to show most of us how education is being handled, how sciences are being handled in outside countries, because some of us have passed through their education, because as he has said, you find in a week we are having more than 10 lecturers of lecture lessons of practicals. Those are like around 15 hours when you combine the whole week. So we who have passed through this system, it is the system that we are going to fight, we are going to introduce. So with a combined effort of us, the students who are in the diaspora and those who are at home, when we combine our efforts, it will be easier for us to pitch the government and tell them, yeah, this is what is being done outside, and with immediate effect, it needs to be introduced in our universities. So regarding that, that's when we shall also call Dr. Patel to come and join us. Once he accepts, then we shall give him a home at Uganda. Then he also guides us more on the establishments. Sure. Thank you.
Sure. If I'll get a chance, I'll also be there with your community to explore my knowledge with you, all of you.
Yes. Anybody with a question? Because we are out of time and the doctor has to go and have a rest. Any question? So seems questions are over. So I want to thank Dr. Patel, my lecturer of chemistry, for honoring us and giving us this nutritious session, and it has been a good one for real. We have got lots of knowledge, and we are promising you that we are going to take this expertise that we have shared to our countries, and we shall bear the fruits of your words. So I want to call Mr. Ronald to give a vote of thanks to our doctor. And before Ronald comes, those who have attended, please, when you go on the other platform, you shall send me your email for your certification, your verification. Thank you. Mr. Ronald, you can give a vote of thanks as we call up Dr. Patel, who will finalize our session. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. CEO, Protocol Observed. My name is Ronald Sejkubo, the Director at PASH. In a special way, I want to thank Dr. Patel for such a wonderful session you've granted to us. It has been a pleasure. It was such a moment of motivation. It was such an educative session that it has blown our minds, it has opened up our minds in as far as chemistry is concerned, in as far as chemistry is concerned in our lives, and in as far as our knowledge in chemistry is concerned. We want to thank you for having accepted our call to mentor us, the young scientists, and to the community that is with us here. I want to thank you. This is a sign that we are not asleep. It is a sign that we are ready to take the mantle. As we get the mentorship of people like Dr. Patel, your presence here, it gives mentors like Mr. Patel more energy. It gives those behind the efforts to see that such events occur, more energy, and it gives us hope that we still have a future to hold. So, with those few remarks for the interest of time, I want to thank you all, and I want to energize you all. More is still coming, more is in the pipeline, more mentors are on the way. Just prepare yourselves, get ready, more opportunities are coming. And I want to submit back to you, Mr. CEO.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Ronald, our director. I want also to thank those who are streaming live on YouTube, those who are on Facebook. It's really good to see that you have represented us there. And I want to assure that Dr. Patel, your voice has been heard in more than 2 institutions, and you have mentored more than 50 students, more than 60 students around there, doing chemistry, doing courses that are related to chemistry. I want to call Dr. Patel to give his concluding remarks. And after Dr. Patel, Madam Karen Angel will come with a prayer as we finalize. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, Payush, what do you talk about?
Yeah, we are saying that you give us the closing remarks as we conclude our session.
Okay. I didn't get it properly due to the network problem. So, the concluding remark from my side is that again I'll put in the my PPT slide, the last slide to the students and the researchers, that you have to stay hungry for your research as well as the your enthusiasm. Uh, because what I'll see in these days, that the students are not much more enthusiastic for the research as well as the science. They just take on the subjects as much as very lightly. These are the subjects that has importance in the world, and you are associated with this the science field, though you have a responsibility, moral responsibility to do something good to get a good output towards to the society that are useful in a smaller manner. Not we are talking about the big manner, but in terms of very small. If you are doing something good to your villages, to your country, that is the fruitful outcomes from the science or your subjects from your side. So the concluding remarks from my presentation, that we just stay hungry, stay learn every day the new things. Currently the AI is in the market, so this is the new things in the market. So learn everything that are in the market. That you only get a successful results when you are having continuous updating yourselves. And so this is the advice from my side to everyone, that you are continuously updating yourself with the science as well as your current domain of subjects. Right.
Thank you very much for that concluding remark. As I've said, your word, we are going to represent you in our countries, and we are ready to be the soldiers of the revolution that is going to take place in our countries. So in a conclusion, Madam Karen, please let's conclude with prayer as we set off our guest to go and rest. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's conduct the prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for having enabled us meet today. We thank you for your power, your love, your glory, and your might. We thank you for whatever we have learned today, and we pray that we may continue growing bigger and bigger, and that whatever we have discussed, we may be able to put it into action, and that for the development and strength of our society, and to be the best soldiers of this society. In Jesus' name I prayed. Amen.
Thank you very much, Madam Karen. And I can say the session has reached to the end, and wish you a good day, all of you. Thank you for being with us, and let's take the heart of PASH. Thank you, Madam Karen. Thank you for representing us. And the session has reached to the end. I wish you well, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Pius. Thank you.
Introducing Grammarly, like you've never seen before. Your all-in-one writing essential.
Treasure is playing today. Look at the eye.